Hello and welcome to another episode of Anime Explained, and today I'm going to take a closer look at why and how Kazuma has slain this innocent looking girl, and why he was so proud of doing it, while his teammates lowered their opinion of him even further. But before we take a look at this topic, let me quickly thank my Patreons for supporting this channel, as well as say thanks to all users of the YouTube thanks function for making one-time donations. And with that said, let's dive into today's topic. And Kazuma and his teammates met the girl I'm talking about outside of the city of hot springs, Arkanretia, which is fairly close to the Crimson Demon village, and in general riddled with high-level monsters and other dangers, such as this sweet and innocent-looking woman, which is called a Leisure or Tranquility Girl. And it can't fight, can't run, and would occupy the same ecologic niche as the average Ordino, and is in general a really great way to farm a lot of free experience points. At least it would be if it weren't for those pesky abilities of hers, namely being dangerously endearing. In Konosuba, everything has apparently some sort of quirk specifically designed to make Kazuma miserable. And this was most certainly one of those things. And here's the problem. The Leisure Girl is not just endearing, it's predatory adorable, meaning that it is so vulnerable and tranquil that you just don't want to fight it. Despite how often you have been told that this is indeed a dangerous monster and how it works, despite being told over and over that this thing needs to go and that you should kill it literally on sight. For example, a passing lumberjack was unable to do so, taking pity at this monster. Not only because it looks like a lost wounded child, but also because it can talk in a sweet voice, telling his would-be attackers that it understands that it has to go, and that it only hopes to be reborn as some other form of life that doesn't cause so much trouble, while looking at you with these big, teary eyes. And this was also precisely how it managed to sway Aqua, Megumin and Darkness from killing it, because you have to be a particularly low form of life to overcome every protective instinct you have in order to slay this monster. So of course Kazuma, despite doubting himself a bit before, pulled out his sword, like his Shunshumaru for once, still wanting to exterminate it. But the 3 lost brain cells in his party were so appalled by this notion that Kazuma was forced to leave, without killing anything. However, as the group traveled a few hundred meters away, they remembered that Yunyun, who also traveled by foot, and who was also quite lonely a lot of the time, would very likely fall prey to the Leisure Girl and stay at its side. Now, the Leisure Girl would actually pretend to care about her victims, and even feed it with a fruit it grows on her head. But this, of course, is devoid of almost any nutrients, so the Leisure Girl would only have to sit still and wait before being able to devour its starving victim. And while the Leisure Girl was talking to itself and complaining in a fairly normal, non-endearing voice about how she is hungry and that just having to rely on photosynthesis doesn't do it for her, she didn't even notice that Kazuma had reapproached her, originally to ask her to spare Yunyun. But once the Leisure Girl was talking to herself about how she wanted to finally have another meal, she looked directly into Kazuma's eyes after looking up. And the next thing that happened was Kazuma bragging to his teammates about how he went up a couple of levels, who then lost what little respect they had for Kazuma, taking him for the monster that he truly is. Now, since it is later shown that even demons have a lot of decency, it is also likely that about basically everything, from Crimson Demon to Dwarf and Elf, and everything in between and above, aside from maybe some machines, are affected by the Leisure Girl's allure. And fun fact, later in the novels, Aqua also had by accident planted little Leisure Girls in her own garden. Now, accidentally growing plant monsters known to kill through cuteness is quite a big mistake. But it gets slightly less dumb if we all remember that the vegetables in Konosuba are actually alive and able to fight back, hence why Kazuma had a lot of trouble with asparagus and was in later volumes even warned about the attack stats of one particularly experience point rich specimen. For as you see, everything that is alive and can be killed yield experience points. So simply eating experience points rich food, like the lettuce, would over time power level you. So a vegetable just being alive isn't much of an indicator that you purchased the wrong kind of seeds. In fact, being aqua is arguably a bigger red flag. And with that said, I will conclude this video. Thank you very much for watching, be sure to leave your thoughts and ideas down in the comment section, and as usual, I say my special thanks to Other Daddy Other, Bad Guy Ye, Bad Burrito 316, Beezer, Ben C, Brandon D, Chrissy, Crowley 0221, Sia, Crystal Prime, Dead Slime, Death is Mercy, Deathless Dragonlord, Demon Xenomorph 1987, Devin Downen, Ding Dong, Dragonlord Plaxi du Saxophone, Duckwagon, Dunkler Krieger, Dystopia, Dystopia II, Enigmatic Unicorn, Feralchivan, Guy with Dead Head, Hector Marino, Hoss, Huster, Jacob G, Jana B, Jason, J. Morris, Chromius, Kyle R, Lee K. Long, Legendarius, Lelouch Britannia with a Mustache, Lexus Fox, Lord Nishikian Rai, Lord Touch Me, Loverazor, Merovec, Mr. Shoes, Mr. Tweaker, Michael R, Michael Y, Nope, Oh Hell No, Normal Toad, Oh Kill, Overlord General Gasper, Paddy Pantom, Personage, Primus 11, Rhinomere, Cune Caracos P, Shergox's Daddy, Shadow Lightning Wolf, Shrine Keeper, Super Tier Magic Batista Bomb, Supreme Cheese, Staris, Ted, Texas Deer, The Orc Warboss, Rak Edsmeshar, T.E. Wang, Vash Hawkeye, Vegito 27, Venture Fanatic, Wilhelm, Xenokai und Sonagon. Thanks guys. Anyway, have a nice day and I hope to see you all again soon under my next video.